A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Won't be easy here after that sack. Now you got Trubisky and the Steelers facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw here. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
Certainly a different set of circumstances awaited Jared Goff in Detroit last season after his trade from Los Angeles. He made what he could out of them and managed 3 wins on a rebuilding Lions team. They should improve this year behind Goff after an offseason where they made considerable investments in order to try and improve this ball club.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 23.
The timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Mitchell Trubisky and the Steelers offense ready to go to work once again. He has a big thank you to say to his defense. He threw the interception, then boom, the defense gets it back.
But the ebb and flow of a game is something else, isn't it? But you made an excellent point. A big thanks is owed to that defense. They went out there on what we call sudden change after a turnover and didn't give up anything. In fact, took the ball away and set them up again. Really nicely done.
So a clean slate and a mulligan. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. But no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets. They don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Play action. It's Trubisky. Rolling to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the pin here for Trubisky and the Steelers at their own 42. Throwing here, Trubisky. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Romeo Okwara shooting in there and dropping him for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Throwing on 2nd and long. Trubisky, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. Aiden Hutchinson, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head.
And he's going to go down again. Romeo Okwara. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays.
Well, how about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
Here's Presley Harvin now. Here's Williams to return. Shifts by him. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Lions will take over. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 2nd and 5 now. Goff looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up of 3. Goff on 3rd down. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. On 4th down, Goff departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now. Seibert's kick is good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They go play action with Trubisky. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. On the return is Williams. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here come the Lions now. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. On 2nd and 9, Goff. Open man downfield is Reynolds. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go back. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that you come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
A reminder, opening weekend definitely in sight now. Thursday, September 8th, that's when it all gets going. The defending champs, LA Rams, hosting the team that many think could win the AFC, the Buffalo Bills. Charles and I will be there, and then we got some great matchups on that Sunday as well. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your...
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Goff. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Here's Goff. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. Next possession coming up for Mitchell Trubisky and the Steelers. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Play action. Now Trubisky. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Trubisky. buying time to his left. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. On the draw, it's Harris. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They run straight ahead with Snell. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
Harris running straight ahead. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So if you like field goals, you've come to the right spot. We've had 3 so far.
Well, this is a football game, right?
It is.
How you like that one? How you like where I went with that? How about that one?
I like it.
Okay, but hey, let's face it. In this game right now, both defenses have responded well. They're trying to hold the line on this. You just wonder if anyone can break through with a touchdown and put some pressure on their opposition.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Goff. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
They'll run right here with Swift.
Dancing away at the 35. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Goff now looks to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. On the handoff, this is Swift. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely, no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Complete. It's Johnson.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Trubisky toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Trubisky to throw. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw.
Open man, that's the tight end, Freiermuth. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Boswell's kick is good, and that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Here's a handoff to Swift. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now Goff. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. On 2nd down, Swift. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. The terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
and have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Trubisky will throw. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a fair catch is taken here a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Goff now to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. Goff finding Hockenson there for the Lion first.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now a play fake, and it's Goff. And seeing no options, he just tossed. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. On the draw, Goff will give this to Swift. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run again with Harris. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone. 1st downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game. Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. Oh, able to avoid him. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing here, Trubisky. He gets it complete to Harris. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 30. Nice pick up there at 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
To the 27-yard line. 2nd and 8.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Running left with Snell. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Crossing route catch made by Johnson.
And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They run for it with Harris. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Now Goff on first down. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown.
Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
Running the slant, and he finds Mitchell.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Throwing again on 2nd down. Sudfeld. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been terrific so far. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Starting the drive was Snell. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
Well, an unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. And he's a high draft pick, so maybe a bit of a mulligan, but you never want to throw a preseason interception, especially as a rookie.
No, but this is the time to do it, right? Let's get the kinks out. He's still got to learn how to read coverages, still has to learn the entire offense, has to see how he fits with the players around him. But bottom line is what you said right in the beginning. He's a high draft pick. They want him on the field sooner rather than later, so let's keep giving him some reps and seeing what they have.
Williams is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Williams again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Flushed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players run through the line to get him. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. Seibert's kick is good. And they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And the Steelers set to take the field.
And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
They'll run with Snell to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Back to throw. Pickett.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32.
Try him with Pickett here on 3rd down. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Snell on the shotgun handoff. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Pickett lost it, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw.
That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Seibert able to knock this one through. And you can bump the lead up to 9. It's 15-6.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. Pickett now on 1st down.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. On 1st down, it's Snell again to about the 35, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Pickett now from the gun here.
Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Steelers And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Here comes Reynolds as they try the jet sweep.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to fourth. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that is no good. And that'll keep this a 9-point game.
Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
So here's Pickett and the Steelers. Down by 9. A minute 56 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Now Pickett. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Now, worth reminding at this point, no overtime in the preseason, but that may not come into play here in a 2-score game late. Pickett to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with a minute 15 left to go in the second half. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They run it again with Williams. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that is how you do it, my friends. This will be spotted out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Here's Pickett.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. picked by Tracy Walker. And now he's got him at a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.